Y'all, I talk about a lot of different things on my videos. I try to keep my private life private, but I'm in the middle of a divorce. It's been going on for 6 months. And I'm not going to lie, it has been absolute hell. Did I make mistakes? You damn right I did. I made some. I wasn't perfect, but I tried. I tried my best. I did everything I knew how to do. I mean, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not perfect, but I did everything that I knew how to do. And I made a lot of mistakes. I mean, the harder she pulled away, the closer I pulled. The more she let me know that she didn't want to be there, not so much in words, but in actions, the more I tried to get closer to her. More coffees, more foods, more drinks. I opened the door more. I tried to be extra polite. It didn't work. I mean, it went right the opposite of what it is that I wanted. And, people have said, well, how did she treat you during the marriage? Honestly, well, like a freaking king. I mean, truly she did, for the most part. Now, towards the end, I don't know what was going through her mind. To be honest with you, I don't even know completely what was going through my mind. But I do know that I started trying harder and harder. I opened doors more. I brought coffees more. I was politer. I was kinder. I was more forgiving. I did everything that I thought would work. I grew up rough. I'm a rough old dude from the South. But, in my mind, I was thinking that that's not what she wants. She don't want rough. I'm going to push her away with rough. I'm going to push her away with standing up for myself. And in reality, I think that's what I needed. I think I needed to stand up for myself, because right before she walked out the door, I told her, I said, I've done everything that I know how to do. I brought you coffees. I brought you food. I opened the door. I'm kinder. I'm more forgiving. I try to go to the restaurants you want to go to. I put your happiness in front of mine. And she looked at me, and with all the honesty she could muster, and I do think she was being honest at this point. There were times when she was cruel, but I think she was being honest. She told me, she said, there's more to life than being kind and nice and considerate. And y'all, that hit me like a brick. I mean, it was like you just smacked me right between the eyes with a brick, because I'm sitting there thinking, the way that a lot of dudes think. I know there's a lot of my guys out there that think the same thing. Be nice, be kind, be considerate. Put your woman's needs in front of yours. Let her have her way. Take the time out of the day to run by and bring her a coffee or a drink or a soda or a sandwich. Make sure that you go to the restaurant she wants to go to. Just shower her and smother her with kindness. And in reality, I've talked to a lot of women since then. And a lot of women tell me that it makes the guy look weak. They tell me, we don't want a guy who's so forgiving. We don't want a guy that's so kind. We don't want a guy that puts our needs in front of his. We want a guy that'll look at us and say, you had your chance. I'm sorry. Or, tonight, we're not going to eat at your favorite restaurant. Tonight, we're going to go to mine, because I've got a big craving for a Philly cheesesteak sandwich, and that's what we're having for supper tonight. You don't have to be cruel. You don't have to be mean. You don't have to be inconsiderate. But you do need to let your woman know that you know how to stand up for yourself, that you feel like you have worth. Because a lot of the women that I talk to tell me, when the guy is just super nice, They feel like that he thinks that he's not worthy, that he doesn't have any worth, that he's weak. Guys, there's a fine line. There is a fine line. You need to consider your wife or your life partner's feelings. You need to do nice things for them. But you don't need to lose yourself in the process. You don't need for her to think that you're weak. You don't need her to not have any kind of a challenge whatsoever, because human nature is we want a challenge. We do. Even in our relationships, we want a challenge. And if she thinks that, I can say I want to go to XYZ restaurant and that's where you're going, okay, I want to go to XYZ coffee shop, that's where we're going. I want to go to XYZ ice cream shop today, that's where we're going. I want to watch these TV shows, that's what we're watching. I want to go see this movie, even though it's not an action movie, it's what I want to go see, and she knows you're not going to protest at all. She starts losing interest. She does. She starts realizing that there's no challenge to you or to life, that you are just going to 1,000,000% choose her in everything you do and let her have her way. And I know it sounds crazy, but it's just not the right way to do things. It's just not. You gotta stand up for yourself, but please her at the same time. And it is it's a tightrope walk. I'm telling you, it at times as guys, we just get so confused. I mean, we don't know what to do. Do I please you? Do I please myself? Do I stand up for myself? Because I know if I do, there's going to be an argument. Do I choose my favorite restaurant? If I do, I know there's going to be an argument. If you call me and you want a certain kind of coffee and I don't come running at the drop of a hat, are you going to choose Chad that's in the office with you because he'll leave and go get you a coffee? As guys, we just get so confused. But it's not your grandpa's world anymore. It's not 1950, it's not 1960. This is 2025. Things are different. People are different. Women are different. Guys are different. Situations are different. The role in the home is different. I mean, you got women that are out there making tons of money and guys that are at home. And that's okay. It can work. But it's a tightrope walk. It is and you've got to constantly put effort into it. I know a lot of guys, I'm in my 50s, we've seen the roles that our parents played, and we kind of try to feed off of that and live our lives off of that, and it just don't work anymore. I mean, it just don't. Those solidified gender roles where the man made all the money, he told everybody what to do, the wife cleaned the house, and she bent over backwards trying to please the husband. That was okay. That was okay then, but it's not okay now. Not in 2025. In 2025, guys, you got to put effort into it. I mean, I'm sorry to say, but you just have to. And even then, a lot of times it might not work. But you've got to put effort into it. You've got to question. You've got to look. You've got to talk. You can't be too sensitive, but you can't be undersensitive. You can't be too pleasing, but you can't be rude and inconsiderate. It is just difficult. And then in spite of everything that we do, guys, a lot of times she's already got another guy in the wings, or maybe two, that she's talking to, that she's semi-flirting with. And if all of a sudden you're not making enough money, you're not putting in the effort, or you're sitting around playing video games with your boys and drinking beer and burping and farting, and you're just not doing anything at all for the relationship, dude, she's gone. She is gone. She is gone. And guess what? If he acts like you after a year or 2 or 6 months, he's gone too. Women have options. They have lots and lots of options, and loyalty, sadly, is not what women seem to be about these days. I mean, they are seeking constant validation. They're seeking constant happiness. They feel like that it's the guy's job to keep them happy, and if he doesn't do that, even though he doesn't really know how to do it, if he doesn't do it, guess what? They're going to find somebody else that will. So, guys, get coaching. Get marriage counseling. Watch YouTube videos. Watch the better coaches. Stand up for yourself. Be polite and kind at the same time, but stand up for yourself. If you feel your marriage is slipping, a lot of times when you feel like it's slipping, it's already slipped. But you do have a chance. You've just got to make sure that you're a challenge to your woman. Y'all have a great day. Y'all have a great weekend. I enjoy every minute of this. I love each and every one of you. I pray for each and every one of you. And if you can get just one nugget of information out of the things that I tell you, out of my life experiences, then I will have done my job. Y'all take care.